Today, an FDA approval in marginal zone lymphoma, a successful phase 3 liver cancer trial, delays in frontline immunotherapy combinations in lung cancer, RCCA expands along the East Coast, highlights from the 2017 Gastrointestinal Cancers Symposium, and the Affordable Care Act approaches repeal. Welcome to Enclave News Network. I'm Gina Columbus. In marginal zone lymphoma, the FDA has granted an accelerated approval to the BTK inhibitor Ibrutinib as a treatment for patients who require systemic therapy. The indication would be for patients who received at least one prior anti-CD20-based therapy. The approval is based on results of a single-arm phase 2 study in which the objective response rate with Ibrutinib was 46% and the complete response rate was 3.2%. Additionally, at a median follow-up of 19.4 months, the median progression-free survival was 14.2 months with Ibrutinib, and the median overall survival was not yet reached. In patients with extranodal or mucosa-associated lymphoid tissue disease, the ORR was 46.9%. In the nodal group, the ORR was 41.2%, and in the splenic arm, the ORR was 50%. The median time to initial response was 4.5 months. The accelerated approval for MZL is contingent upon findings from a larger confirmatory study. Ibrutinib was already approved by the FDA for the treatment of patients with chronic lymphocytic leukemia and small lymphocytic leukemia, mantle cell lymphoma, and Waldenstrom's macroglobulinemia. Frontline treatment with Ibrutinib was shown to be non-inferior to standard therapy with sorafenib in patients with unresectable hepatocellular carcinoma, according to Eisai, the developer of the multikinase inhibitor. In a phase 3 trial known as Study 304, overall survival outcomes with Ibrutinib were non-inferior to OS results with sorafenib, meeting the study's primary endpoint. The findings also demonstrated statistically significant improvements with Ibrutinib for secondary endpoints, including progression-free survival, time to progression, and objective response rate. Eisai reported that it intends to present the full data at an upcoming scientific meeting and will also discuss the findings with the FDA and global regulatory authorities. Two pharmaceutical companies have each announced separate delays in the development of immunotherapy combinations. Both Bristol-Myers Squibb and AstraZeneca stated that there are delays in their PD-1 and CTLA-4 inhibitor combos as first-line therapies for patients with advanced or metastatic non-small cell lung cancer. BMS noted that it would not be pursuing an accelerated approval for the combination of nivolumab and ipilimumab as a frontline therapy. Instead, they plan to delay the data submission to the FDA until findings from a phase 3 study are available. BMS is likely referring to the Checkmate 227 trial. Secondly, AstraZeneca announced modifications to its program for the combination of durvalumab plus tremelimumab, which is being studied in the phase 3 MYSTIC trial. The combination was adapted to include overall survival as well as progression-free survival. Because of this, AstraZeneca expects the PFS data to be available in mid-2017 and the OS data in 2018. In addition, the company also expanded its phase 3 Neptune trial that is also exploring durvalumab and tremelimumab to include OS data. The new phase 3 Pearl study is also being launched to explore durvalumab monotherapy for patients with PD-L1 positive NSCLC. Regional Cancer Care Associates has continued its expansion along the East Coast with the addition of 2 Connecticut-based cancer centers with 6 cancer specialists to its network of independent practices. This expansion mirrors a growing trend of practices that are aligning with other independents or joining hospital systems to overcome challenges of competition, costly care, and changing payment patterns. Officials said that the new partnership fits with RCCA's mission to provide convenient access to comprehensive and patient-centered treatment. Now, RCCA has 29 locations, anchored by the Hackensack Meridian Health Hospital Group. Overall, there are more than 100 oncologists, 28 advanced practice nurses, 100 registered nurses, and 750 staff members. In June 2016, the Hackensack University Health Network merged with Meridian Health, leading to the entity Hackensack Meridian Health. The Gastrointestinal Cancers Symposium took place over the weekend in San Francisco, with several presentations focused on the use of PD-1 inhibitors. For example, in one study, Treatment with nivolumab was found to reduce the risk of death by 37% compared with placebo for patients with advanced gastric or gastroesophageal junction cancer following second or later line chemotherapy. Another in previously treated GEJ cancer focused on a combination regimen of pembrolizumab plus ramucirumab, which demonstrated modest activity. 4 of 41 patients had partial responses to treatment with pembrolizumab and 2 different doses of ramucirumab. Beyond PD-1 agents, a study showed clinical activity with cabozantinib in advanced carcinoid and pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. In the single-arm phase 2 trial, partial responses were observed in 15% of each cohort treated with cabozantinib, and stable disease was the best response in about 2/3 of patients. Also, the median progression-free survival exceeded 20 months in the PNET cohort and was more than 30 months in the carcinoid tumor cohort. And finally, mere hours after taking the oath of office, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order calling for the prompt repeal of the Affordable Care Act. The order noted that until the ACA was repealed, that it would be implemented efficiently, with an emphasis on allowing states the ability to create free and open healthcare markets. Additionally, the order stressed that heads of all executive departments and agencies should attempt to bypass any portions of the law that would result in fiscal burdens to states and other stakeholders. This includes healthcare providers, families, and individuals. Trump also advised in the order for department heads to be flexible with states on the implementation of healthcare programs to the maximum extent possible with the confines of the law. In an effort to build a replacement for the ACA, the order advised all heads of departments and agencies involved in healthcare or health insurance to begin taking part in the development of a new, free, and open market. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Enclave News Network. I'm Gina Columbus.